Okay, hello class.
Hello.
Coming to you from Guam here. We are in between typhoons. We are in between Atsani and Koni, which is a Korean name for swan. So we're in between those two typhoons, and it was raining this morning. We'll talk today about regions. So what is a region? A region is something that we make up in our head, really. We create a mental map of the world, and we figure out how to divide up the world into different pieces. So when we talk about a region, a world region, in geography, we're talking about dividing the world up into regions. But that is not set in stone. Why isn't it set in stone? What are some of the things that we use to determine what is a region? We can use landmass. And what are some of those other things we talked about?
Population.
Population, thank you. Language, religion, good. How about climate? Yes. But now, today, the world is all connected. How's it connected up today?
Internet.
The internet, digitally. We can do air travel. We can fly very quickly from one place to another. What's another way we could get around? Yeah, sea transportation, ships. It takes, as we know here in Guam, it does take a little while for ships to come in though, because we're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, so it can take a long time for a container to get here. But how about your money?
Economics.
Even smartphones now. Our banking can be connected to our phones, and our digital money is flying back and forth in zeros and ones as we speak. It's instantaneous. So what I'm getting at is, if we define what a region is, that can very easily be changed, can it? Because the world is changing. We know that because our textbook editions change almost every year now. The reason they change is because the populations are shifting very quickly. Since people can travel so easily, also for jobs, for work, the economy is shifting very quickly. So the regions are going to shift very quickly. Here's another thought too. Regions in the past were defined more by landmass and more by political boundary, but that's becoming less so, and it's for the reasons that we said. With this world connection, people can shift around a lot quicker, and so they do. Also, it's becoming more connection-based. Since we are connected, we would define the regions more by who we're most connected with, right? Who we're doing the most trade with, who we're having the most tourists come in from. Here in Guam, we get some tourism. What are our current largest tourist populations? Japan and Russia and Korea, and increasingly China. And so we are getting increasing numbers of people coming in, not only from Asia, but from even farther. So our connections would change. In the past, for instance, we'll just take the region we're in. Some call it Oceania. But increasingly, this region's being called Pacific Rim. And so really what we're doing is we're taking a piece of what different regions? North America.
Southeast Asia.
Yes, Southeast Asia, Asia. Australia. So we're taking pieces of different regions and we're calling it the Pacific Rim, and that's more based on trade. It's also based on people moving back and forth. So people, money, trade, culture, language, religion, all those things are going to be swapped back and forth, right? So what I'd like to really impress on you right at this point is that, yes, traditionally, regions have been taught as divided up into these distinct world regions, but I'd like for you to create a mental map. That's what we're going to do in here. We're going to, in this class, building mental map. And I want you to think of it as flexible. So we might define our regions, but you can always question. You can always ask yourself questions. Is this really still a region, or is it really shifting more over this way? Or is it becoming more inclusive of this? So we just realized that when we're building our mental map, it's changeable.